Good evening. Welcome to the latest edition of the Storm Report Live. We are presented by the Pharmacy in Bennington and Manchester, JC Tractor, the Bennington Rescue Squad, Kingsbred, or Muncos North Adams. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the passing of the Hoosick Falls football coach, Ron Jones. He had so much success. He molded so many great players. He had such a far-reaching impact to his community and well beyond that. Over the years, we could always tell the players that were coached by him when they came to the Storm, because they always kind of stood above the rest. They never cheated the game. They always played hard, practiced even harder, never complained, just got the job done. I remember back in 2018, he had come to one of our games to watch. I believe he was invited by Eric Mulready, and the love that he showed for his former players was amazing to watch. I remember telling him I wish I had a full team of his players because they're an absolute joy to be around. He just smiled and said thank you. That is something I'll always remember. Our thoughts are with the Jones family and countless families that he's touched over the years. Well, all right, so with that, our today's guests are Zorry Willaims and Brandon Hipsley. Zorry joined the team in 2008, is, believe it or not, entering his third season with the team already. He has spent time at wide receiver, cornerback, safety, and running back, and doing them all at a very high level. 2019 was Brandon's first year with the Storm. Brandon played opposite of Gary Houston, an outside linebacker, and made the 2019 NFL All-Star team. Welcome, guys. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I want to have you guys on and kind of get a chance to kind of tell your stories, where you guys came from, and kind of give an update where everybody, what everybody's up to. So I'm going to start right with Zorry. First question for you is, where did you grow up?
Grew up in Saratoga Springs, New York.
Okay. Yep. Where did the love of football come from?
I'd say just playing from a young age, always being active and not anything in particular, but just always being outdoors.
What age did you
outgoing.
Sure. What age did you start playing football?
I believe it was third grade. I was like 9 years old.
Oh, really? That late? So you didn't have any? Well, that's cool. Who inspired you to play in third grade?
Like I said, I'd say myself, just always being outdoors and friends and stuff. I grew up in Saratoga, so Pop Warner.
When you first started playing football, what was the very first position that you played?
To be honest, I believe it was lineman and maybe some running back because I was young. But I think I was bigger for my age, and it went by weight class. So
right, yeah,
I feel like I played with older kids.
Right. It seems like everybody at some point played offensive lineman in Pop Warner.
Yeah,
it's just going to be how old you are and when you got into it.
Yeah.
Growing up, was there a coach or player that you looked up to?
When I first started, I'd say like the coaches. They're the ones that got me to get me motivated and stuff. Not necessarily a player, maybe like NFL players, but yeah, I'd say coaches growing up, they pushed me.
Did you what age did you start one? I know your primary position through high school was running back. How did that all kind of manifest itself? Did it start once you got to like the right weight class, or is it something that you just kind of did say in middle school time or JV time or varsity?
I'd say coming from no, I played when I was younger. I'd say right after fourth grade, I moved to a smaller school actually in Greenwich. So I started playing running back there from fourth to eighth grade. So that's when I really started playing running back. Then I
Did how was the first experience being running back? Was it like must have been a fun experience because what do you have any experience at any other positions, or is that really the first time that you really chose a position and just went with it?
Probably playing for a smaller school and being a athletic person. That's the main position I played, and I liked it. I get the ball a lot, and
yeah,
that's
the fun part. Absolutely. Yeah. Growing up, you obviously were a running back. Come 8th grade, was there a running back in the NFL that you tried to model your game after, or even college for that matter?
Definitely a lot, I'm sure. Just to name a couple, probably Barry Sanders. Emmett Smith. I'm a Cowboys fan, so
that's right. Yeah.
Growing up, yeah, I'd say LT.
No, for sure. No, he's a stud.
Just a few to name.
During your playing career, was there anybody that kind of had to push you along the way, or where you were kind of came from within? Is that something you just kind of were you self-motivated?
I'd say so. I actually wish I had someone to push me more. But besides coaches and stuff, and the family support and stuff, but no one was really on me like that.
Right.
But
so during your semi-pro career, what other teams have you played for other than the Storm along the way?
Just after high school, right?
Yeah.
I played for Glens Falls right after high school, actually, because Glens Falls, Troy, I played for. I played a game or two for never played a season with them, but played a couple games with the Maulers. And
Okay.
Says that.
So in 2018 was your first game with the team. If memory serves me right, you had 3 touchdowns. Do you remember having a game in the past with 3 touchdowns, or have you had multiple games with 3 touchdowns?
I'm sure I've had. I remember one. It was actually in high school. I had 4. I believe it was JV in Saratoga, actually. I'm not sure which, but yeah. So I'd like to say I probably had a few games with 3.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Good.
No, I wouldn't doubt it. Put you at the high school level. Yeah, man,
Right.
you're. You put on a show that day, and I think you. Honestly, one of the guys that was really impressed with your performance was Ron Jones from the former Hoosick Falls coach, and he says to me at the end of the game, "It's like that guy looks familiar. What's his name?" It's like Zorry Willaims. So he went to Saratoga, right? So he remembered you, man. He remembered.
Yep.
Yeah, he remembered. Looking back on the time that you've been with the team, how do you assess, the time that you've been here? Do you consider it successful?
For myself, or for what I would.
You personally, do you think it's been, you've had success here? Or do you think there's?
I think I could have done better. I haven't been the top notch or how I've been the years I've played. So for myself, I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
But yeah, as a team, we've made it. We've done good and been successful. Wish we made it to the championship, but besides that, I don't think I've been my.
Yeah, honestly, since you joined the team in 2018, every year, I feel like you're part of the building block in the sense 18 we're here, and then 19 we're here, and so I'm hoping 2020 or somewhere up here. So I think every year that you've been involved with the team, we've gotten that much better. So I think going forward, we're going to be in a pretty good place. You've been to other teams in the past. What makes the Storm feel like home?
I'd say the to start with, I'd say the coaches and the community, the team. You know, I actually felt at home the first year I played. It wasn't like, I felt like I kind of came out of nowhere, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was another coach that played or was coaching in the past, Garrett.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely just felt like it. You know what I mean? I fit right in and
no,
love it.
You took right off.
Yeah.
It was like I said, every year you've been around. As we've been going along, you've been a big part of us getting better. So now we're hopefully looking forward to the 2020 season. What would you consider a success at the end of the year?
Championship, of course.
That's right. Yeah, that's what we're here for sure. What are you most looking forward to this upcoming season?
First off, the season to pull through with all that's going on.
For sure.
To get everyone there that's, you know what I mean, we've been signing and everyone that's, you know what I mean, I'd love to see who's going to show up for sure.
Right.
And, you know what I mean, from the outside looking in, it looks good. I'd like to just let it begin. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I think we all are, and you kind of touched on it. We've really done pretty good as far as getting better and getting some good players and some really good people, and we'll be really looking forward to getting out there and hopefully we can get it done. Second to last question here for you: what are your passions outside of football?
My daughter.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt about that. I see that all
family,
the time.
Really?
Yeah. No, it's
besides that, like, I'd like to say staying active and working out, but I haven't. Besides trying to get ready for football season, I don't really work out or anything like that anymore because full-time job and another 2 full-time jobs with the baby. So
right,
it's definitely
she's it's been fun to watch her come to the games the last couple of years. She's gotten so much bigger in that time.
Yeah.
And lastly, for you.
That's actually another reason I keep playing. Hopefully she'll try and get her age she'll remember.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I was
supposed to Ben stop. I told myself I was gonna stop playing probably that 2018 season.
Yes, yeah. No, it's we're built on family and having her around is always fun to see. Last question for you: what TV shows do you suggest people to watch during the quarantine?
That'd actually be
favorite?
Tough for me. I'm not too much of a TV person. My girlfriend actually is. She watches a lot of shows. She actually got me onto Jesus. I'd have to actually ask her what it is.
No, that's all right. I won't put you in the spot.
Yeah, I've been watching a couple. To be honest, I'll probably sound funny saying one of them, Waco. I started watching. It was a pretty weird one.
Yep.
It's interesting, but a lot of stuff on Netflix. So check that out. I guess I tell you, I don't watch it too much. I'm not too much.
I hear you, especially with the little one. It's tough to find time to do that amongst everything else. All right, man. So thanks for taking some time. I'm gonna ask a few questions at Brandon here, and then we'll come back together and we'll wrap it up.
Sounds good.
Brandon Hipsley, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Sip?
Hey, I got a question here that I got to ask you that actually came from your brother, so we're going to get it right out of the way.
I saw that one. You already know the answer to that one.
I didn't think I had to ask it, but
he's a really good athlete. He's a baseball player, so he's more in the skilled side, But no, he's an incredible athlete. He's playing second base and short there at Stony Brook. So
good for that's fantastic.
Yeah, he loves it there.
Good. So I'm gonna start with the first question. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Saratoga Springs, and that's where I started my football career here in 8th grade. I think I was 13 or 14.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't start till a little bit later there. I never really got into the Pop Warner thing. More baseball player, actually, until like high school, and even my junior and senior years, kind of when I decided I want to go more the football route.
Where did that itch come from? You just wanted to try it?
Yeah, like all my buddies were playing, and we had a really special group of kids that year.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, the 2016 year. So we kind of knew coming up, we could kind of see like middle school and stuff that team was going to be special, and we had a bunch of talented athletes on the team, and we ended up making it to the States our senior year, which was really cool. But I mean, we could see throughout the years that that was the team, and that was what was going to get it done.
No, you guys had one heck of a run, for sure. I mean, I looking back, I mean, I think a year ago yesterday you joined the team, and I was looking back at all the awards that you won individually, let alone what that team did that year, is quite impressive.
Yeah, no, it was. We had a bunch of incredible players. Oh my God, we were stacked both on the offensive side and defensive side. Yeah, it was a great year.
So growing up, I mean, I know you said that you started with baseball first, but once you got into football, was there someone that pushed you along the way, or was it just the fact that you saw so many good players around you, you just want to be a part of it?
Yeah, just because all my buddies were doing it. The defensive coach, Coach Durant, actually was the first one. He was my gym coach in 8th grade. And he was the first one to kind of be like, hey, you want to, maybe come try football out and, see what you can do. And then kind of stuck with me, throughout high school and everything. And yeah, so I'd say he definitely pushed me, to be a great linebacker, and, showed me all the, form tackling and everything.
Yeah, yes, he did. Yeah, we have many videos.
Shout out Coach Durant.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. No, I mean, it's been well documented on film many times in the short time you've been on the team. So he's definitely done a pretty good job. But of course, you've done a lot with what your abilities as well. When you first started playing football, what was your first position? Was it always linebacker?
No, it actually wasn't. So like I was saying, I was always a baseball guy. So I actually really had no idea about positions and stuff. So when I started in 8th grade, I actually started out at D tackle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they ended up moving me to DN there. So that's ultimately what I played that year. And then I think my freshman year of high school, I got moved back to linebacker, which was, I loved that 10 times more, more space, and you can put the hits on a lot more. So
yeah. I mean, I know you also had some success playing tight end. I mean, did you have any preference?
Yeah.
Do you prefer linebacker?
Yeah, definitely prefer linebacker. I was always a little bit smaller on the tight end side, but I did enjoy playing that, and throwing some blocks out there and getting a chance to catch a few balls.
So obviously you played in Saratoga. What was the next stop after Saratoga as far as in your football career?
So I ended up walking on at UAlbany for a year. It didn't really end up working out because school really wasn't my thing, and I think more once you get to that kind of level, I had some D3 schools I was looking at too, but ended up going to UAlbany. I think primarily just because the attractiveness of the facilities and stuff.
Oh, for sure. Yep.
But it's kind of weird. You don't realize till you get there that it's a business, really. So it's like they're really trying to push every single kid to the max, and it's really another job on top of school, which was not really my main focus.
Right. No, it's like twice to work for something that you want to do half the work for. Yeah, I understand. Yep.
But that's really why I loved coming to play for the Storm last year too, because I think at that point it had been 2 years since I played football, and it was just great, great to get back out on the field and be with such a great group of guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was actually my next question. Once once the situation was the situation in Albany, did you ever feel like you're ever going to play again?
No, I really didn't. Until I think I was out with Jordan one night in Saratoga.
Bring Jordan back.
Yeah, I know we do. But he's like, yeah, I'm playing some ball for this team out of Vermont called the Storm. And I was like, oh, no way. Like, what? I kind of started asking some questions about it. And Garrett ended up reaching out to me, and we met up and talked about it a little bit. And then, obviously, me and you talked some more before the season. But, yeah, no, as soon as he said that, I was like, yeah, dude, I need to play football again. I need to get back out there, because it's really just it's something I loved in my life, being able to get out there and just, take the aggression out and take the edge off, kind of.
No, you showed out. I mean, you had a hell of a season. I know one guy in particular was really happy to have you there, and that was Gary. He always wanted to know where you're at. He's always actually both you guys. He's always like, "Is Zorry coming? Is Hipsley coming?" Like, yeah, they'll be here. So they want to be here. They will be here. Trust me. So now that we're 3/4 of the way through the off season, and quite frankly, we should be practicing now. But looking at all the additions to the team, or even guys that are currently on the team, who are you looking forward to playing with the most once we get going here?
I saw you recruited my guy Mike. I actually played a little bit back with him and back at Albany, and then I actually went to CBA for a year, my freshman year. So I kind of knew him from high school back even then. So it'll be good to play with him again, and it'll be a great addition to the linebacker squad. Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's one area that, we didn't have a ton. Kuhn did a great job. It just wasn't, like I say, if he got hurt, we wouldn't have much left. So being able to add him, and hopefully Kuhn comes back, we'll be able to, have a pretty solid, middle of the line there. Looking back in 2019, your first season, when you look back at it, what's a highlight for you? Like, where are you going to look back at and say, man, that was fun?
I would say obviously making it to the championship. That was awesome. But I think one game that kind of stands out in my mind was I think it was the Bearcats. But I remember it being like, I think it was like heat index of like 105.
Oh yeah, yep.
That game was brutal. So I've never played a game that hot.
No, so it was unbelievable.
That was just kind of crazy to have that experience and see all the the whole team pull through and kind of just tough out the heat and keep going and end up winning that game. Yeah,
that was quite a game. I don't know how you guys did it. By the time the fourth quarter rolled around, I couldn't even count to 11. I didn't even know if we had 11 guys out there. I saw how friggin' hot it was. I don't know how you guys did it. But yeah, that was a hell of a win. I think we scored 36 points in the fourth quarter or something.
Yeah, I think we were down at half too, right?
Yeah, we're down. I think 18 or something. I think we won by 22.
Yeah.
So that was scary for at least a little while. Then we finally found ourselves, and it kind of showed what kind of team we were. Because I think, I believe the following week we went out and scored 30 something in the second half the following week. So we were always a good second half team, and it definitely showed last year.
Yeah, for sure.
So overall, how do you feel like your first season went? Do you consider it a success, or do you think there's something to build on?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was a big success. I'd say the only thing to build on would be go back and get that ring.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of guys are saying it, but anything short of that, I think would be a failure, especially with the the squad we have going into this year.
No, I'd agree.
The talent that we have.
No, I'd agree. That's the goal. We have to, like I always said, we put in the work. There's no reason why we shouldn't win. So as I've said before, we had a fair amount of new players coming in. So for those guys, what should they expect out of Brandon Hipsley when they meet him as far as a football player?
I I don't know. I would say maybe just that I give it every play my all, and I like to play fast and hit as hard as I can. That's kind of the goal there.
Sure.
Get as many big hits as I can in a game.
Mm-hmm. No question. No, we like seeing them because we like being able to cut them up and put them out as a highlight reel. Yeah. So keep it up. Yeah. So yeah, man, I want to thank both of you guys for coming on. And I think as we move forward here, we'll keep working towards the season, and we hopefully will be seeing everybody on the field here shortly.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having us, Coach.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Can't wait.
See you guys.